You see, once in a while, you find such a great bargain, you have no choice but to do the shaku shaku. The Infinix Note 5 was such a great bargain, I almost could not believe I only paid 65,000 naira for it. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, join me as we shaku shaku for the Lord.
For every year you have lived on earth, I want you to give 100 naira. No, 1,000 naira, sorry. For every year you've lived on earth, I want you to give 1,000 naira. So if you've lived on earth 35 years, 35,000. If you've lived on earth 60 years, 60,000. Those people will stand on the right. Those who are giving $1,000 to the left. 1,000 naira for every year you've lived on earth. To the right. Those who are doing both in the middle.
So the Infinix Note 5 is not supposed to be anything spectacular when it comes to the specs. I mean, 3GB of RAM, 32GB internal storage that is expandable to 128GB with an external TF card, a 2GHz Octa-core CPU, a fingerprint sensor, a 1080p by 2160 screen, which is not bad at all, 16 megapixel camera on the back, 12 megapixel camera on the front, and that's about all the notable specs that we should be talking about. So let's talk about the performance of the phone itself. I used this phone for almost 2 weeks, and in the entire time I had this device, it did not give me any single problems. Instagram worked great, all the other applications that I downloaded worked great, everything was fantastic, and I think that is probably owed to the fact that this device runs on Android One, which is basically stock Android, and the performance is just excellent. By the time you install Nova Launcher and do a little magic on this device, you can really begin to enjoy it. The cameras on the phone as well are pretty fantastic. I mean, the video reproduction, the colors, the photos, especially in low light situations, is amazing. I quickly found that there were only 2 things that I didn't like about this phone. The fact that the back is completely plastic and extremely glossy, and the kind of plastic they used is really cheap, so the phone is kind of front heavy, the screen is like a lot heavier than the back. If it drops, it's probably going to shatter to infinity. And I also didn't like the fact that the phone screen is not usable in direct sunlight. You basically don't even see anything, like you just can't see anything in direct sunlight. This was the first Infinix phone I ever tried or even touched, so I am like really blown away, like completely impressed by what I experienced with this phone, and I think everybody else who actually takes the time to test this phone or actually buy it are going to enjoy it too. It's a very nice piece of technology. My producers are telling me right now that we have a correspondent on a mountain. Please stay tuned as we transfer you so that you can get the full gist about this device.
Okay, so the Infinix Note 5 is probably one of the better phones that I've used recently. Like, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the top 2 Nigerian brands go, that is Tecno and Infinix, this is the best phone that they have out right now. And that would be for 3 reasons. First of all, the fact that this is Android One. This makes it like a better option than maybe the Tecno Camon X or any other phones that Tecno even has to offer. The cameras are really nice. I actually cannot believe I'm saying this, but they perform significantly better than the Tecno phones in low light situations. And considering the fact that the selling point for the Tecno phones is like, you know, the cameras and how amazing they are, the fact that this camera has performed better in low light situations is amazing. And I prefer like the color reproduction of these cameras. Like the video quality, the photo quality is actually much more realistic. Like, you know, when you look at the videos and you look at the photos and what's it called is able to produce, especially in low light situations, you're going to be super impressed by it. Like, you're going to be super impressed by the fact that this phone actually outdoes the competition in low light situations. And it's not like significantly more expensive. You know, I think the official price from Infinix was 61,300 or something. But obviously I wasn't able to buy this one at that price. I had to pay like 65 grand for this. And while I kind of understand it because like the phone was still pretty new when I got it, it's a very impressive phone. Like, I actually quite liked it. I enjoyed using it as a backup phone for my BlackBerry Passport. I mean, core quality is excellent, photo quality, the screen is great, performance is awesome. I have not had any issues with the phone lagging or anything like that. And the battery life is amazing. I mean, when you think about the fact that the battery life on this phone actually like outlasts, I mean, look at this. The phone is on 19%, and I haven't charged it in 3 days. I've just basically been picking it up, using it, going out with it, coming back in, watching Instagram, YouTube videos, you know, texting my friends, things like that, and the phone still works amazing. And I think that's pretty awesome. The fact that Infinix was able to pull that off is, in fact, I don't have the words to explain how amazing this phone is. I think if there was ever anything that you could complain about with this phone, it will have to be the screen. I mean, don't get me wrong, the screen works fine, the screen is great, but like when you're in direct sunlight, like the sun is coming up right now because we started to shoot a little late. When you're in direct sunlight, the viewability of the screen becomes a problem. It's not like other flagship phones and other high-end phones where, you know, usability in the sun is awesome, but like this one is just, I don't know. It's not like it's totally useless. It's just like it's not as amazing as it should be. It should have been way better. I think that like if they had put a little more effort into that, like that's definitely one area that they definitely need to improve, the viewability of the screen in sunlight. And I think beyond that, everything else works fine. It's a great phone. This is a phone that I would recommend, and yes, I definitely recommend this over the Tecno Camon X and the Camon X Pro. Design wise, obviously, as you can see, it's a glossy phone, extremely glossy. Fingerprint magnet definitely, but they included like a rubber casing which actually works fine. The only thing though is I feel like Tecno actually put in more effort with their own case. Like the case is a lot better quality than this one, and if you're charging that kind of money and your competition can make cases like that, why can't you make cases like that too as well, you know? Considering the fact that this one is still pretty new, there's nowhere to get cases for it, but I'm pretty sure in a few weeks that's probably going to change. But right now, this is not a very good case to use. I mean, it works, it covers the phone on the back, but the front doesn't protect it at all. Screen protectors are also still not available for this phone, so you might break it. Beyond that, yeah, I think it's a really great phone, and I think I definitely recommend this. This is a fantastic phone, fantastic performance, fantastic cameras, and it's definitely worthy of being my daily driver. I feel a little sad having to put this back in the box. Infinix, thank you so much for a great phone. While it cost me a little more than it's supposed to, you really need to look into that. I enjoyed using this phone, I love the phone, and I think that it was a fantastic buy. I really enjoyed using this phone. So thank you guys so much for watching my review of the Infinix Note 5. I really appreciate you. And I will see you guys on another video that was shot by Kagan. Peace.
Because if you ask me, my identity would be, I'm an artist, I'm an MC, I'm a movie actor, I'm all running I said I'm all running Now ladies and gentlemen, what's your identity?
Why he did swallow that? Why he did swallow that? This is the one and only Captain Nesso. Yeah, my fans out there, I love you all. If I don't get to 10 million views today, I die.